Adventures, and it's This Week in Disney for August 22nd to 28th.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hanging in there. And worth hanging on to. It has really been. And awesome. I mean, great way to close out the summer. I mean, it doesn't really close out the summer for us because someone's got a birthday next month, and that is always part of our summer festivities. But holy cow, probably the best resort stay we've had for the summer for sure. I mean, just it was Miles's birthday.
The only one.
Exactly. I had to make sure though. I had to make sure because
Yeah.
sometimes we do some smaller. But at any rate, I mean, really, really great. Back at the boardwalk, dinner on the boardwalk. I can never say the full name of the restaurant, but
Tortino.
See?
Alforno.
See how it is?
Yep.
Yeah. And thank you for
Yeah.
not saying it perfectly and shaming me
There
completely.
you go.
But it was very, very good.
Trattoria.
Yes.
Trattoria.
Yes.
Alforno. I still
Totally.
probably didn't say it right. Yeah, we had the pizza there. It was fun. I felt like it was smaller.
Well, they've changed it.
When you order it out, it's bigger. And so we
Yeah.
were expecting it to be a little bit different.
It's interesting.
But that's okay.
It has
We
changed,
had
but it
other
was
things.
delicious. Yeah, we had appetizer with calamari.
I had a really good salad.
They don't bring the bread service out by default, but just asking for it made it appear. That was
I
wonderful.
think, I'm wondering if they ask, well, because they did bring it to the table next to us. I
Okay.
think they asked just maybe because of all the gluten preferences.
Sure.
Maybe people just aren't eating as much bread.
Yeah,
I
so
don't
we
know.
had the bread. We didn't have a dessert. We almost did the dome cake, but you know we could not convince the birthday boy
He didn't want
to do it. We had a extended hours that night till 1 a.m. So you know we knew there was gonna be treats and further foods and such. So had some restraint, but
we
awesome.
didn't want to be too full running around Magic Kingdom and wanted to stay up late, and it was really fun. It wasn't
Yeah, I mean, in the past, we've done extended hours. We've done ticketed events. Sometimes crowds can be quite low for those events, and it's very clear that it's a premium event. I'm not even sure what's going on. I mean, they've reduced the extended hour nights from like 3 nights to 1 night, and only MK a lot of the time. It's
well,
like
technically, in their minds, they haven't reduced anything because they took it all the way, and now they're bringing back 1.
Okay.
But it's just not the same because before.
And it's definitely not being used just as prescribed. I mean, it is being used by multiple parties and for different events, and really just kind of like a night to kind of like gift to people. I feel, based on the crowd level, that's what it seemed like to me. So
I don't know. It's supposed to just be what deluxe resort.
That is what the description.
Situation.
I mean,
So,
yeah. So
I don't
anyway,
know.
but we fully enjoyed ourselves. We did take advantage of of you know slightly reduced lines and hit the premiums and mostly the request list of miles.
Really warm.
Yes. No.
Sorry.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it was still really warm that night, and so we ended up getting Dole Whip.
Yes.
Like I wouldn't expect that
around.
because usually
Everybody
it's
got
kind of cool at night, but not in August
and
here.
it cooled us
So
down fast.
yeah, everybody wanted ice cream, so that was kind of cool. So I'm glad we didn't have cake.
I tried to get a slushie as well, but you know. I mean,
well, you can only really get slushie at
the Blue Fairy at Pinocchio and the confectionery.
well, and over at the Big Top, but the Big Top closes so quickly.
Early. Yeah.
So, I mean, because we kind of go at night a lot. And then he wants a slushie, and it's closed, and he's got to get it. You got to get it right when we walk in the park. You just got to go over, or we got to stop at 7-Eleven.
I got permission. You're always going to see me in the park with a slushie. Yeah, it was one for the books.
Yes, but let's talk about
what's been in the books.
Week. Yeah, going back. Well, let's start with the first day, August 22nd, 1913. Animator and artist Milton Quon is born in Los Angeles, California.
Okay.
Now, he got into animation. He grew up in Los Angeles and everything, but he ended up getting a scholarship to Chouinard Institute, which was really amazing at the time. Obviously, that's highly connected with Disney. You know, they were using Chouinard to bring in professors to teach drawing and everything like that. So they had like a relationship with the Chouinard Institute. And so upon his graduation, he did begin working at the Walt Disney Company. He was the third Chinese American artist to be hired, and he worked on Waltz of the Flowers and the Arabian Dance on scenes in Fantasia, so you can go look at those specifically.
And I think you can already see it in your mind if you're familiar with all three of those, like who we're talking about and his work.
Right, he was first assistant animator on Dumbo as well. He later ran Disney's after World War II, which he did something a little different from the war, and then came back to Disney Studios afterwards. He did promotions and publicity. For Disney. So doing promo artwork for films, including Make Mine Music and Song of the South. Nice. Really, really interesting person. So he didn't stay with Disney. He ended up changing up his career and doing some different things. But what I think is really interesting about him is that he lived to be 105.
Wow.
That's so cool.
Life goals.
Yeah, but
nice.
yeah,
Man.
Really cool. So go check out those references to his art style, and really interesting artist for Disney.
Think floral, think free.
And then moving on to same day, 1956, the Carefree Corner at Disneyland was this area that opened. It was where you could go. It was a little shop located in the hub of Main Street, and you could sign the guest books there for each U.S. state. So they had the books, and you could sign it. And this is something that, travelers all over kind of, you can sign these guest books all when you stay at places. And so this was something though you could go take a look at as well, and kind of check out where people were coming from to visit Disneyland.
We spoke of the Blue Fairy slushie earlier, and it used to be that there's a Blue Fairy like stained glass in Pinocchio's house, and there used to be like a book there that you could sign, like a guest book to the Blue Fairy, if I remember correctly. So that was something similar.
Yeah, maybe. I know with this one, it was they actually had someone
the
operating
States
it.
Is so cool, yeah.
And lots of these books, and I was reading about one of the ladies who worked there, and she was just talking about how friendly everybody was, and of course they're coming into Disneyland for the first time. This is 1956, and I think it stayed open until 85. So they're coming in and signing this book, and they're so excited to be there. And anyway, I think it was a really cool experience. But they don't have that.
Yeah. I mean, today, like, you can gather that kind of, like, data on the internet so easy for, like, decades now. But, like, back then, it was quite special to participate in something like that.
Right, and this was more of a personable, in-person, sign a guest book experience at Disneyland. So nice. Very fun. Yeah, it made you kind of feel part of it, I think.
Made you feel carefree in that corner.
That was the Carefree Corner. All right, moving on to August 23rd, 1999. Believe it or not, Hollywood Scoops Ice Cream began serving Disney World guests over at the time it was MGM Studios. Okay. Now, obviously Hollywood Studios, so this is the same Scoops. Are they open again? No, it's the same. It's been open since 1999, like over 20 years, where you can get ice cream. It's like, Tower of Terror. It's like right on the corner of all the places you can eat. Yeah, that's one thing. That's one thing about Hollywood Studios. It really does lack a confectionery because they haven't reopened the one, and they kind of, we need like sweets back in Hollywood, like hard. Well, but if you're an ice cream lover, you can get it here. And also, like right now, for breakfast, you can get a waffle with ice cream all over it. Love it. So if you're down there, like opening for, I need that. That's a reason to go in early. Well, yeah, if you're opening up the park, and I think they still do the line kind of like for Tower and Rock and Roller Coaster. You could get this breakfast ice cream while you're standing in line with your family. Probably want to share it. Sounds like an itinerary. So decadent. Yeah. I don't know. That would put me out for the rest of the day. But yeah, that would be, or give you all the calories you need to get through the whole day at the park. Yeah. But then, also I just want to say you can get alternative ice cream, sugar-free ice cream. They'll make it, and I've had some of those, and they're really tasty. Well, I haven't had the sugar-free, but I have had like the, almond or soy.
I have personally had every kind of ice cream. No, for real. Yeah.
But of course, you can get a brownie, sundae type thing. It's not just like basic ice cream. It's good.
Yeah, for sure.
To get over there and get
Scoops.
some ice cream.
That's the scoop.
Then moving on to August 24th, 1916, voice artist Hal Smith is born in, hopefully I say this right, Pistokey, Michigan. Yeah, so you guys know Hal Smith for probably two reasons. The first one, he's a voice of Goofy. He is one of the voices of Goofy. The second one is he's Otis from the Andy Griffith Show.
Oh, wonderful.
I mean, that was really his big thing that he did.
That is the town lush who has a key to the jail.
Yeah.
He can just wander in at night because Andy and Barney love him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a good man.
Actually, I did read today that he did not drink alcohol in real life at all, and in fact ended up leaving the show towards the end because it was giving this impression of him as, you know, an actor and everything commercially, and so he just wanted to get away from the whole alcohol thing because it really wasn't him as a person. So that was kind of interesting that he...
They gave him an episode where they sobered him up. Like completely, so you got to experience him as himself as well in an episode. But I can feel.
Well, I'm just saying, like, we've watched. How about you guys? I don't know if you've watched a lot of Andy Griffith. We've watched it probably every episode more than once, and I mean, he's, you know, really good at being the town drunk, and so I just found it really interesting that he just didn't even drink in real life, and but he can imitate it well. So also in Beauty and the Beast, he was Philippe the horse.
Very nice.
That's like
is that just sounds?
Role.
I can't remember.
I don't think he ever speaks, but the horse is very emotional.
There was one other one too. What was he was also?
He was also Owl in Winnie the Pooh.
There you go.
Yeah.
Come on.
I love Owl.
I mean, my favorite. You could have even led with that.
Yeah.
So awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. But Goofy. I mean,
yes,
come
of course,
on. He countless of times he was Goofy. He also was like in other cartoons in the future, like Saint Peter in Darkwing Duck.
Okay.
As well. And
Dangerous.
then actually Goliath the dog in Davy and Goliath in the 1960s. So he did lots.
Not Disney.
Yeah, but just lots of voice acting and acting as well.
Davey. Yeah, that's legit. That's like totally in the consciousness.
He is to me, he's one of those actors that like, well, maybe along the lines with Don Knotts too. Like he came, Hal came from Petoskey, Michigan. So like he really lived that dream that everyone has. Like, I'm gonna go to Hollywood and become a star. Like,
well, it was like the internet.
You could do that back then, and it worked. Like, I wouldn't try it necessarily these days. It's kind of hard. Like, you have to. Like, I've heard so many people say you have to know someone.
Well, you have the opportunity now to establish yourself online before venturing out.
Yeah, like you can start doing things wherever you live, you know. Maybe not like the nerdy stuff we do.
But if your heart is on the horizon, you know, who can hold you back?
Exactly. Give it a go.
There you go.
Then moving on to 1989 and why we chose Worthy. It's a little thing, but we still chose Worthy. I love this shirt. But in Florida, the Ewok Village or Indoor Village opens at the entrance at Star Tours attraction. And so this was interesting because this is August 24th and Star Tours open, I believe it was December 15th.
Okay.
So there was like a gap in between the opening there and the Ewok Village
I like
happening.
It's a wonderful sculpture. I would like to see Ewoks.
There are sounds.
Yeah, I'd like to see Ewoks on it.
Yeah, I want Ewoks. I've said it so many times. I don't know if we formally said it on here, but we totally want, not Ewoks, like actors, like animatronics.
That would be fun, but, you know, like, child actors can work like 3 hours a day.
We don't need like animatronics would be totally cool. Like they just need to do some more tarping to protect them, I think. I mean, the rain does come sideways, so I can see how they find this technically difficult, but we would love the Ewoks up there to look up and see Ewoks, or just every once in a while, like for special, you know, like May the 4th or Star Wars events, like get those
we have to say it because we can't stop thinking it every time we walk under
where are they?
AT-AT and the Ewok Village. It's like, where's Chief Sherpa?
But there, just so you know, there are sounds as well that you can hear when you're, and like you can hear a little chirping of, or a little talking of the Ewoks. It's just chatter. Usually it's so crowded or loud with other things going on. I don't think you hear it as well.
A 3PO on his throne up there would be pretty cool too.
That would be so cute. Oh man, love the Ewoks. More Ewoks in general. Like bring them to all the new Star Wars.
Give them a new movie. Don't leave them relegated to the 80s film, which I have no problem with. But,
like Mandalorian was cool, and I know that Baby Yoda is so adorable and everything.
You want to really take it out, you make a Wicked series. People will go nuts.
Definitely, for sure. At least we will. All right, moving on to August 25th. This was really, I just had to bring this up because I'm a big fan of Pluto, the planet, as well as the animated dog.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You're like holding out. Yeah. Like I literally was watching a show just last night with a map of the solar system, and straight up, no Pluto. I mean, it's gone, and you're holding out. You're holding out.
Yep. Right. In response to the news on August 24th that a team of astronomers have, I cannot speak today. It's fine. It's fine. Have demoted Pluto to dwarf planet status. The 7 dwarves themselves take time to issue a statement.
And I remember this.
Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, that was so fun.
Via their friends at the Walt Disney Resort. Although we think it's dopey that Pluto has been downgraded to a dwarf planet, which has made some people grumpy and others sleepy. Oh, that was interesting. We are not bashful in saying that we would be happy if Disney's Pluto would join us as the 8th dwarf.
There you go.
We think it is just what the doc ordered, and it's
so then that must be true.
It's nothing to sneeze about.
There you go.
Yep. Yeah, so you can always count Pluto
as a dwarf.
The 8th dwarf.
8 dwarves mine train.
Yeah, but I love it because me and the kids, I don't know if you loved it as much.
What?
Psych, the show Psych.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah, and Gus always, the character Gus, always like, that was his like, trying to get girls line. One of them was like, it's a shame about Pluto, right?
Oh, yeah, I do recall that. That's fun.
But he said it better.
No, I love Psych. I love the specials. I love everything.
Or like that would be his way to talk to girls. Like, you heard about Pluto, right?
Okay, all right. I think you got it right the first time.
It's a shame what they did. Oh, man. But yeah, I was immediately sad, and will continue to be sad about Pluto. I couldn't believe it happened.
For the dwarfs. Official statement from planet Earth.
Definitely. Okay, moving on to August 26, 1949. The Goofy cartoon Tennis Racquet is released. You know, you go check this out. I had a hard time finding one that had proper sound on it. I don't know why you can't find this one, but anyway, if you remember it. What I like about it is this is one of those cartoons where it's very comical in the fact that they make Goofy like every character. So it's all Goofy. Like he's the announcer, he's the groundskeeper, he's the spectators, he's the tennis player as well, and tending the court. So, there you go. And I think that's an interesting trope. Like, that they did with Goofy.
It's also a compliment to Goofy. Who can stand up with Goofy? Yeah. Who can stand next to him? Like Goofy. Yeah. Goofy stands next to him.
Yeah, he's a great character. Yeah. They did so many funny things. The sarcasticness of his character I really like as well. So
very nice. We were just saying that, you know, resort tennis is something we've not taken advantage of.
Yeah.
That we want to put on the list.
Yeah, people were playing tennis and we're like, why are we playing tennis?
Why are we playing?
We should be playing tennis.
Like Goofy.
I mean, we're always checking out the pool, but it was kind of crowded.
Yeah.
Like maybe we need to just get out and
Try the
enjoy tennis,
some hoops,
barbecue.
There's
like,
lots to do.
People
we have
barbecue.
barbecued before.
We have
at the resort.
Yeah, some resorts are way better at barbecue than others.
Yeah.
With the barbecue things, pit, grill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter to me. Like, give me a surface with some
fire. We stayed at the tree house and they just have a basic little grill out there, and Brad was like,
just an iron grill, that's all I need. It's awesome.
Yep.
It was great fun.
It was good. All right, moving on to August 27th, 1931. Another cartoon to check out. This one is actually on there, the full thing with the right music and such. 1931, as I said, Disney's Silly Symphony, Egyptian Melodies is released. So this is this spider, which makes a lot of sense, gets into, like, I guess, maybe, I don't know, like, the whole animal, like, are there cobwebs in
pyramids?
Egypt? Yeah.
In ruins?
Yeah, right, there's
yes.
cobwebs.
Many.
So Spider gets in there, but he is freaked out with everything going on. This is a spooky situation. Maybe it's a good Halloween cartoon to put in your Halloween bucket of Disney cartoons. Go check it out. It's fun. It's cute.
Well, we talked earlier about yeah, for sure.
It's just a little raw with animation. I mean, it's 1931, so.
Well, it's a spider.
But I thought
a circle,
some of the text,
legs, you know.
Not just the spider, just like, because they have like the hieroglyphics moving and things like that. And there's parts of it that are really well done, and other parts look more raw or unfinished. So.
That's a nice study for like animation teams. You know, it's like it's not always the same animator all the way through.
It isn't.
A film. It's sections are assigned to different teams. Be a nice one to study.
Yeah, he kind of there's like a clock that wakes up the mummies and everything, and the spider just happens to be there at the right time for this situation to happen. So really interesting storytelling as well. And so fun to check out.
To music. Enjoy the symphony.
Yeah. And then lastly for this week, last day, August 28th, 1998, the syndicated TV series Disney's Hercules premieres. So our kids were technically babies when this came out, like our oldest two. And so, you know, we watched it with them when they were a little bit older, but that's because I feel like Hercules was such a great movie because we had a girl and a boy, or a boy and a girl. And so it hit, like, they both really enjoyed the film, and so this was, like, the series was something too, like the movie and the series.
Characters to get behind, for sure. Awesome. But it really, I mean, it tells the story of, you know, the training and the growth and the proving to, like, the community, just constant, like, challenges and, like, becoming, you know, the citizen of Earth, that Olympus-born, you know, hero. Yeah, you know, he became. So
he's always trying to fit into two worlds. I think that's kind of an interesting character for kids to experience, because that often happens to kids. You know, they have interests in situations where they don't 100%, you know, fit in and are different, and so it's cool to see, like, the strong character have to be vulnerable.
And it gives lots of monsters. Lots of monsters, you know, so if you enjoy that, like, cloud circle animation that was done in Hercules, because, I mean, I always feel like it's just so many spirals and clouds, like, it continues, like, into there. I mean, not for film, but for television.
You just got that, Pegasus.
Oh, yes, there's a brand new, like, all over Pegasus shirt, so, like, there's Pegasus all over the shirt with batik, like, kind of like cloud pattern on it. Really, really nice.
Yeah, it's cool. So in the series, to be clear, Hercules is a teenager in this, so it kind of can go between, like, little kid and a bit older age kids.
What's that? Oh,
like
for viewing?
Adults
watch it too. You always forget that.
But you and I watched.
Yeah, I mean, as parents, for sure. Yeah.
I guess we don't, like, watch the Disney Playhouse stuff so much anymore. We have only really watched that stuff when we actually had babies.
I have not watched it for years.
Yeah, people have mentioned shows and we're like,
yeah, we just heard about that Bluey.
We don't know anything about that.
I'm going to be watching this Bluey, though. I hear it's fantastic.
Yeah.
And I was like in the I was in the store. There was a ceramic that I saw in the store last week. They had these ceramic kits, and I almost bought it for that family because it's really touching them. They're enjoying it together.
Aw, that's sweet. Yeah. That's good. I like when cartoons do that when they can, like when the parents can get into it with the kids, and it's just and bring out the softer side of adults. Yes. That's nice. That's really cool. But that is it, you guys, for this week, and we had a lot of fun. There's fun stuff to talk about. A little bit of you know, Halloween in there because it's coming. It's already here at
Disney.
At Disney, so it's definitely almost Christmas and Happy New Year. It's all gonna happen that fast once it starts. But yeah, it was a good week, and we're excited for all the things going on right now. And we have some more resort stays coming and things to celebrate. What about you guys? What are you guys up to this week and in your lives? Tell us in the comments down below, and you know, come check us out on Instagram as well and give us a comment or a like. We'd really appreciate it. But that's it for this week, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.